It's currently 11:49 p.m. And somewhere between 30 and 45 minutes ago, my vlog of when me and my dad went to an Irish eatery called The Irishman on June 29 after we attended the Nickel City Comic-Con, finished uploading to my YouTube channel. After I spent the evening and the early night hours editing that video project file, in Camtasia 2019, and then rendering it, and then finally uploading the rendered video project file to my YouTube channel. Which took roughly 2 hours. To complete. While the Irishman vlog was uploading to my YouTube channel, I reviewed the video and audio of the uploaded June 28 My Dinner video before deleting that Camtasia 2019 video project file, along with the imported from my phone onto my laptop raw video clips and photos I used to create that video project file off of my laptop to make space for importing the raw video clips and photos that I will use to create the July 3 My Dinner video. Over these past few days, I have stayed at being 10 My Dinner videos behind. And today, that remained the case. despite the June 28 my dinner video. File finishing uploading to my YouTube channel around 1:30 p.m. After I finished editing that video project file. During the morning hours. I'm currently having the leftover prepared frozen peas and carrots from around 6:15 p.m., which was when my mom prepared a ribeye steak and some frozen peas and carrots for me. I had that with a glass of whole milk. And this was after I went swimming with my mom. I went in our in-ground pool. Roughly from 4:30 p.m. to 5:45 p.m. I recall at the time I decided to go in our in-ground pool today, I was relatively early in the process of editing the Irishman vlog in Camtasia 2019. Having put the raw video clips in order, and by that point I had reviewed just a handful of the roughly 23 or 24 minutes of raw video footage. During the time I was in our in-ground pool today, I swam with my mom, though I swam considerably more, but still not a whole lot myself. Not really enough to justify having an aluminum can of True Power. Though technically I did still do some exercise One thing that made me think it may not be a good idea, at least a little at the time, was that it was a drink with the equivalent of 220 milligrams of caffeine. Though I've had aluminum cans packed with more caffeine. Up to about 300 milligrams. In about 16 fluid ounces in the past. Though not recently. There was a point while I was in our in-ground pool today in which my mom and I got on floaties. And I in particular got on a round disc floaty that was predominantly red, yellow, and blue, just like I did last time I went in our in-ground pool the other day. It was a pretty enjoyable experience, and it was nice to do some swimming. Despite the risk of getting bits of pool water in your eyes. I enjoyed making some conversation with my mom. I recall I naturally woke up today around 9:45 in the morning after falling asleep around 6 in the morning. Though during the early night hours today, I recall generally feeling a little tired at times as I finished editing the Irishman vlog on Camtasia 2019, rendered that video project file, and then uploaded that rendered video project file to my YouTube channel. So that's a sign that I'll be able to fall asleep at a good time and stay on a good sleep schedule. I spent the majority of today at my work area that I set up some time back between our kitchen and our living room as I worked on editing the June 28th my dinner video and then the Irishman vlog in Camtasia 2019. Around 12:30 p.m., I had with the second cup of coffee my mom prepared for me some scrambled eggs, which my mom also prepared for me, for which I am thankful. I recall sipping at my second cup of plain coffee for today. I only had 2 full cups of plain coffee today. Though for the first cup of plain coffee, I had it around from 11:45 in the morning to around 12:30 p.m. And at first I sipped at that cup of plain coffee. But I had to quickly drink about the last quarter or so of that cup so my mom could use my cup for the second cup to be poured into by our coffee machine. I recall at one point during the early to mid-afternoon hours, I very briefly worked on the current polystyrene drawing project I'm working on at my mom's place. It's on a small polystyrene ball. Involves Sharpie markers of various hues of orange, green, and blue. As for that polystyrene drawing project, I intend to practice blending for it. And on the color wheel, green is in the middle of orange and blue. Though, again, I only very briefly worked on the polystyrene drawing project that I'm currently working on at my mom's place today, as I was more focused on editing video projects in Camtasia 2019 for my YouTube channel. I recall at one point while I was in our in-ground pool, I rescued, by putting my hands together, what I believe was a juvenile grasshopper, based off the appearance of that bug that got trapped in the water of our in-ground pool. When I saw it was still, and it took a few attempts, first with just this hand, and then the attempt with both my hands together was successful. When I blew it off of this finger, after a while, trying to be gentle, it jumped off onto the concrete tiling that's around our in-ground pool. This concrete tiling is light gray in color. I recall during the late morning hours, me and my mom went on a relatively quick shopping trip at our local Lowe's to get another concrete textured rectangular planner, the same planner we got last time we went to Lowe's, and this time around I helped my mom to load a dozen medium gray bricks onto her shopping cart at Lowe's. And then when we got back home from our local Lowe's, I helped to carry some of those medium gray bricks to our backyard, which is where our in-ground pool is. And then later on, during the afternoon hours, somewhere between 1 and 2 p.m., I helped carry 2 40-pound bags of topsoil, one at a time, from the back of my mom's car to, again, our backyard where our in-ground pool is. Though I threw those bags of topsoil over our fence to our in-ground pool in order to save some time, as my mom left the gate to that fence locked and left the key to it inside of the house. So I went to the corner where she planned to put those 2 rectangular planters. In this case, from the perspective of where the gate to the fence of our in-ground pool is on the upper right corner of the in-ground pool area. During the early night hours, as the Irishman vlog was uploading to my YouTube channel, I decided to go back on this game, One Among Zombies, for the first time in weeks. And it turns out this game had an update about a month ago from today. And it seems to be okay for now. It seems like it's a step towards getting some new and better equipment so I can finally get the impossible and last badge for this game. I recall within the first few hours of today having a few servings of Thin Mints cookies. That was part of a box purchased from the Girl Scouts.